Right, let's take a look at the materials that we need for today. We need 22 gauge silver plated wire. We need 3 cm for one side, so a total of 6 cm for both sides. 24 gauge silver plated wires. We need 25 cm on one side and total will be 50 cm from both sides. We need a pair of ear wires, and I'm using here a pair of classic cut pendant. This is emerald and this is the same color, and then we need about 6 pieces of 4mm bicone Swarovski crystals. You can choose any other color that you like. And here I have a pair of star bead, and these are peridot colors. I hold little gem rings in 4mm. And the new article 2mm Swarovski pearls. This is iridescent Titan look pearls, about 6 pieces. I need red coral pearls 2mm, 6 pieces, and this is pearlescent white 16 pieces, so I need 8 piece for one side. Okay, so let's start to make them. Okay, the first thing to make is the spiral for the Christmas tree. So we will begin with making a small little loop using the 24 gauge wire, and once you have a little loop, we'll start to make a coil. Now usually I like to make coins using my finger, so they will tend to be smoother and more pretty and neat. And as the coin gets bigger, you will find that it's more difficult to close up the gap, so you need to lift it up like that and make some adjustments to your coin. Now it's important to keep your coin round as possible, so that later when you fit in your pearls, it will be much easier. Towards the end, it might be more difficult for you to put the layers closely. Just repeat the process, do it slowly, and if there should be a gap, you just lift it up and down so that it gets closer, and way to the ending. Towards the end, it's okay not to cut the tail, just leave it straight like that. So we are done with the spiral, so it should look something like that. So we're gonna fit in the pearls. Now let's take a look at the sequence of the pearls that I am creating. This is the 5 layers that I am going to put in. Now the first layer will be the colorful ones, which is my Titan look pearl and my red coral. First layer will be the green and the white, the green and red, and then followed by the set of green with white, green, white, and then white, green, white. And then the 4th and the 5th will be white, red, white. Put this in sequence starting from the green, and then followed by the red, and then followed by white, the green, the white, and so on until the last bead. These pearls are tiny. Personally, I find that the most difficult part of the project is actually fitting in. But the secret will be having the best spectacles that you have. You can see that I'm actually fitting in my first pearl into the end of the wire, followed by the second piece of pearl, and then go on. Take your time to fit this in. Okay, I'm done with fitting all my pearls in. Now basically you can see this is the first layer, and then the second layer, and for the third layer, and for the fifth, and for the 4th layer, and for the 5th layer. You could just string everything in the sequence. Now of course you can have your own sequence, right? You don't have to follow mine. I just like this little cute ones being separated by colors. Once you have fit everything, to prevent the pearls from dropping out, so now you will secure the ending by just doing a loop inside, and then just push this inside like that. Once you are done, you could just use your round nose plier and just push it in, but please note, you do not push it all the way. You just push a little bit so that it's easy for you to move in. The little pearls will be enough, because we will leave the adjustment to the end. I will explain why, but it is really important that you do not create a very high Christmas tree at this stage. Now we have actually 5 layers that we're going to create. We'll put this first layer and move it into the 5th layer from the base. So I'm now moving my first layer to the 5th from the base. Just rotate it in. Now if your spiral is smooth, it would be very easy for you to just move it in. So how do you know whether you have already reached your 5th layer? Okay, looking at here, so you can see this is right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've already reached my 5th layer. Go on to the second set. So that will be my white, green, white, and I will just move it inwards to my 4th layer. See, so you can see that my 5th layer and my 4th layer. So we'll move the next set to the 3rd layer. So move this set to the 3rd layer. Now at this point in time, we are just focusing on moving in the sets to the correct layer. We are not going to disperse them, spread them out yet. You can see, right, and this is my first and my second and my third layer. So I'm gonna move the next set, and that will be the red to the 2nd layer. Okay, and then the last one to the same spot. This is the 5 layers that I have done. So my 5th layer will be the 2 little beads, and then my 4th, and then my 3rd, and then followed by my 2nd and my 1st. Once you have done that, you can start spreading them and scatter out the beads. Now the reason why I arranged it this way was because I wanted to spread the pearls away from each other, so that at every corner there will be a same color bead. For example, the green ones, you can see I have a green here, and then I have a green here, and I also have a green here. So it actually forms like a triangle, so that no matter how you turn the Christmas tree, you will be able to see the greens. Likewise for the red, I have a red here, and I will move my 2nd red piece here, and then followed by my 3rd red piece here, and then the rest will be my whites. I will just spread them around. Once you have spread them around, so you can see that at any point that I turn my Christmas tree, I would be able to see red, white, and the green. So the next step will be to create the stem. So once you're done with this, you will just put this aside, and then we will make the stem now. So the stem here, we will need 22 gauge wire. This is approximately 3 centimeter. So what we need to do is we need to create a pin. We need to create an eye pin. So we are making a little small loop on one side. My eye is formed. Just make sure that your loop is nice and round. And we're gonna fit in our star bead. And once you have done that, we'll fit this in right on top of the spiral. Okay, invert it. As I mentioned, it's good to keep your spiral short now, because it's easier for you to fix the other side before you pull down the spiral to hide the base. Fit in the 3 4mm bicones. Okay, and then just bend on the other side so that you can make another round loop on the other side to secure your bicones. Go on to fit the classic cut pendant. Here I have the Siam classic cut pendant, so we will fix in with a size 4 ring. This classic cut pendant is quite new. Once you've done that, you will attach to the base of the loop. Once you close up, you will see that your tree is done, but the spiral is kind of short now, so it is time to just give it a pull. And you should not just pull, you should space them up nicely. Okay, so my Christmas tree is done. Can you see? So it's done, and I am actually pulling the spiral down to cover my jump ring that is holding my classic cut pendant. So once you are done, the last step will be to fix in the ear wire. So you fix in your ear wire in the correct direction, and then just close it to finish. So you are done with your Christmas tree earring. It's time to do the other side. This project is pretty easy. You can see earlier on I have already done the green, and now is the red. Put this down nicely for you to take a look. I think the colors are very matching for the season. So alright, so hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you. Bye bye.